Win fall, one for honest, we run, we win. This is your friend James. What does Jesus have to do with iPods? Well, inside our houses, we do play the Bible 24/7. Well, actually just 24/6 in the houses, and we utilize these iPods. We actually got them for like $15 a piece from China, and they did come with these ones came with a cord and a charging brick. And after about 1 or 2 years of using it just Monday through Saturday, the iPod stopped working. And this is a really thing you need to really get. We were trying to figure out what was either iPod or the cord, and we found that there was nothing wrong with these iPods. They were fine. We found out that it was actually the cords that had actually died from use. Obviously, these are not the ones that come with the app. These are not the ones that can come with the iPod, but we went and bought a new one, but of course by Duracell. They make really, really good high quality cords. These in the United States, these are $3.90 something a piece. But what does this have to do with Jesus? Well, what this has to do with Jesus is you can, like, this is your iPod or your cell phone, or your tablet. It can run by itself for any amount of time until the battery goes dead. Then of course you have to hook it up so that it can charge. And of course, so then you're great and wonderful. But if you're going to be using this thing for 24 hours a day for 6 days a week, it will not run playing the Bible. It will not run for 6 days a week playing the Bible by itself and last that long. It just won't do it. So if you need something that's going to be utilizing energy and power constantly, you have to be hooked up to the source. You have to be hooked up to the source with, a power. And Jesus is the vine, we're the branches. Now if you got the wrong vine, Satan, the world, selfishness, self-help, all that stuff, eventually that will die out and it won't work. But you do want to, and then you have to replace it. But the whole thing that I learned was that if you need this thing to run to 6 days for 24 hours a day, then you're going to have to make sure that the power that is constantly hooked up to power. So Christians, you have to be constantly hooked up to Jesus. Yes, you can go for maybe 6 days and then get refilled on Sunday, then 6 more days and get refilled on Sunday. But if you're going to be using faith, using the Word of God, praying regularly, achieving what God has for you, dreams that He has for you, you're going to have to stay hooked up to the kingdom of heaven. And of course, Duracell's not advertising this, but these people make some awesome stuff. Speaking of that, this is China. So I got this from China, and this from China. God bless China. We love China. So, but this is it. This is all I want to encourage you to do. You must stay hooked up with Jesus if you plan on doing stuff constantly. And you do have to do stuff constantly with the kingdom of heaven. And you need to stay hooked up with Jesus so you don't lose in power. And so for instance, if you stay hooked up with God and you find yourself going on a trip and you miss a Sunday, you're already still filled up with God. And just imagine this: if the power. I remember one time the power actually went out up here, and it was out for 15 hours. And I listened to the iPod that was going till I fell asleep. I just laid out in the living room. And so when all the power was out up here, when that microburst hit Seattle, after the power was out for 15 hours, this was able to play. But what if I had not had this charged, it was not hooked up to power, and then when the power went out and I tried to play it, and I need to listen to something or watch something, is not fully charged, is not ready, like Jesus and the virgins. He said the 5 foolish virgins did not have oil in their lamp, and it was time to perform. They couldn't go to time to perform. I'm thinking about these right here when you need this performance out of this. But when it was time to go to the wedding, they couldn't go because they weren't filled. And so if this thing had not been, if the one we were using was not hooked up to power, it would not have been able to last and for me to just listen to the Word of God and go to sleep. So stay hooked up with the vine. Live, move, be. Jesus is Lord, and we love you.